Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to take a revisit of an older figure, Omega Red. Came out in 2018 in the Sauron wave. Growing up, Omega Red was always been a very scary and cool looking villain. I realized that I wanted to do a personal project where I go and play with a lot of my older figures, and if you actually enjoy and like looking at these figures with me, stay tuned. Unfortunately, I don't have the box for this Omega Red. I purchased him off another collector, which was selling off his whole Xmen collection, and I just really couldn't pass him up. Especially the Omega Red that was on my display was the Toy Biz version, and he was getting a little outdated. Don't get me wrong, I still really like this Omega Red because he had really nice coloring and the details on him was still really good. However, the new body mode that they given on the new Omega Red just looks a lot more of the animated series and the Marvel vs. Capcom series that I grew up with. And especially because his body mode's a little bit bulkier, as you can see, compared to this one. Even though he's a little bit shorter, but he's been skipping a lot of leg day while he was actually working very hard in the gym. As you can see, his body looks more muscular. Let me put him aside for a second. And because his body mold was so well done, they actually used this same sculpt on the new animated Venom. And that animated Venom looks exactly like the 90s series as well too. The only thing I didn't like was they used the same body sculpt with the peg holes that they used for the Omega Red, which this is for the peg holes to hold this on the figure, which I guess they should have filled that part in. In fact, I had a feeling that maybe if they used the Caliban Build-A-Figure as Venom would have been a good match as well too. So the two accessories that came with this Omega Red was his carbonadium coils, or the tentacles, which came into silver, and they're nicely sculpted. I wish that it was wired as well, like they had for the Toy Biz version. The wire version was very cool because you can actually held your figures up high, looking like Omega Red is attacking him or whatnot. So you can have different poses for that, which they didn't have for the newer one because they're not wire and they're just soft plastic, which they probably won't break as easily either. I did have a few wire ones where they kind of broke off, or the wire inside kind of snapped, so it's all like loose. They just use the same tentacles as the Sentinel, the Build-A-Figure Sentinel from Toy Biz. So if they actually use a different one, or maybe they painted it silver, that would be nice. I wish they did had their Omega sign white as well, because in the comics and in the 90s series this part was actually white. So let me put him aside for a second and let's take a look at this Omega Red. I haven't really been playing around with him too often anymore. He just sits in my display case alongside with all the Xmen villains. And he's one of the cooler villains in the Xmen series. He was a lot scarier. And they actually recently remade or repainted him. Another Mega Red just came out. I saw it on Amazon, the 5-pack. It goes for $159.99. They had some really good things going along with that one. It came with an extra head, the open mouth, so it looked like he was like yelling. I really like that. I wish they did give the extra head for this older one. I didn't really like the new paint app too much though. It's a lot brighter red. I like this darker red tone that they had on the old one. And also the tentacles is like white too, so it's like it was matching his skin color. And it's supposed to be silver. I think for that price, $159.99 is not too bad, since if you're just started collecting and you don't have the older one, then at least you're getting a few extra figures as well. Especially he's not going for too cheap anymore. He's around 60 to 70. If you can find him a little bit cheaper, he's still a very worth it figure, just because the detailing on him looks nice. The bulkiness on him looks really good. However, I think they probably will reissue another new color for him very soon, especially if you've been pre-ordering the new ones. They have the new set that's coming out, the VHS tape ones. They have the Wolverine, Jubilee, Mr. Sinister. So most likely, if that wave does well, they'll probably make another recolor version of Omega Red. And it's hard to decide if I want to get him or not, since I already have him. And I'm pretty sure they probably use the same sculpt. The only thing is they might probably include another head. But I don't know. That's just all prediction. But let me know which X-Men villain you really like. And do you have this Omega Red? Are you quite impressed with this Omega Red that's in your collection? Are you planning to get the new one in the 5-pack? Or probably wait for the VHS for that collection, which is, I think it's pretty cool to have all the VHS just all stacked up together. I probably will pre-order them soon. I just haven't had the chance to yet. Well, in the comments, let me know which X-Men villain or figure you're still chasing and you haven't gotten yet. And that's probably the next thing that you want to get. I know for me, like I said in my previous video, I'm still chasing for the Dark Phoenix for a better price. But with the VHS figures coming out, I'm pretty sure they probably release another color version for her, which I think I'll be pretty happy. If you really like my content and just playing around, fooling around with my old figurines, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe and the notification, and I'll have a new video next Tuesday, and I'll probably do it on Mr. Sinister. Anyways, you guys have a good day, take care, and bye-bye!